As you have watched in our last two videos, we were discussing about the image formation by a concave mirror. So, in that series only, we are going to discuss the next two cases, 5th and 6th. If you remember in the last two videos, we have discussed about the first four cases. The first case was when the object is kept at infinity. The second was the object was kept beyond the center of curvature. Third was when the object is kept at center of curvature. And fourth was when the object is kept between the center of curvature and the focus. Now we have the fifth case and the object is kept, you can see here, this is a concave mirror, the principal axis, and we have taken the points C, F and P over here. C is the center of curvature, F is the focus and P is the pole. F is exactly between the C and P points. Now, in the fifth case, the object is kept here at the focus. So, it is at focus. Now, we'll apply the special rays to find out where the object, the image is going to be formed. So, we'll apply the first case, first special ray. The ray of light is parallel to the principal axis. This is the first special ray, and after reflection it passes through the focus like this. Okay? Now, in order to get the image of the object, we need the second reflected ray also. Let us find out. So, for that, we will apply the second special ray. We can take this one. The ray of light is falling at the pole. This is the second incident ray. You can see here there is an intersection here also. But they will not get the image because the image is formed by the intersection of reflected rays only. So, we need to get the reflected ray of this incident ray also. So, we will see that the ray of light will reflect in this way so that the angle made here, that is angle of reflection, is equal to angle of incidence made here. So, this is the second reflected ray. Now, you can see here these two rays are parallel to each other, and the parallel rays will go up to infinity, and then anywhere at the infinity they may intersect, and at infinity we may have the image of the object in this case. So, in this fifth case where the object is kept at the focus, we are going to have the nature of image like this. Again, don't forget to write stop. Okay? S stands for size, T for type, orientation and position. You need to write these four points always. So, first one is the size. As you can see here, the size of the image will go on increasing like this. As the ray will go up to infinity, the size of the image will go on increasing. So, as it is going to be a very large image of the object. So, size is very large, enlarged. Type, whenever the image will be formed, it will be due to the actual intersection. So, it is going to be the real image. and the orientation. As the object is kept above the principal axis and the image is going to be formed below the principal axis, so it is the inverted image. And the position, as I told you in the beginning, that these rays will go up to infinity and there only the image will be formed. So the position will be at infinity. Okay. So this is the fifth case of image formation by a concave mirror. Now we'll further shift the object from F point, from focus towards the mirror, and now in the sixth case the object is kept between the focus and the pole. Let's find out what will happen in this case and the image formation. So again we'll apply the special rays. The first ray that we most often apply, that is the parallel ray of light to the principal axis, like this, will pass through the focus after reflection. This is the center of curvature. So we have applied the first one. Second, we can take any one out of the remaining three. The second one, that is the ray of light which is passing through the focus, will become parallel to the principal axis. Or the third one, the ray of light that is directed towards the center of curvature will retrace its path after reflection. And the fourth one that we have applied in this case, in case of the object at focus, that also will apply here. So we'll select the third one. The ray of light that is directed towards the center of curvature, like this. This is the incident ray from the tip of the object. It is coming and falling on the mirror surface, and it will retrace its path after reflection. Now you can see here these two rays are diverging away from each other. In the last 4 cases or 5 cases we have seen that the rays were converging. But this is the only case, in case of a concave mirror, where the rays, they diverge away from each other. So they are not going to intersect in front of the mirror, and they are needed to be extended behind the mirror, and anywhere behind the mirror the image will be formed. So behind the mirror we need to draw the dotted lines like this, and the second one also will do in the same way, and there will be an intersection of these two reflected rays over here, and there only we'll get the image of the object, that is the virtual one. Okay, so this is the image and this is the object, right? So this is the only case where the object is placed between focus and pole, then we get the virtual image of the object. So now we can write down the nature of image. We need to write the 4 points: size, type, orientation, position. Okay. So you can easily compare the size of the image. See, this is the object and the image is bigger. So it is enlarged or magnified, we can write. Type of image infrared ray. So this is a virtual image. Orientation, you can see the image is formed above the principal axis only, and the object was also kept above the principal axis. So this is not an inverted image, this is an erect one. Right? And the position, you can see it is formed behind the mirror. So it is formed behind the mirror. And as we have discussed in our previous video that virtual images are always formed behind the mirror. So in this case also you can see it clearly that in the only one case of a concave mirror we get a virtual image when the object is kept between the focus and the pole. And in the rest of the cases where the object is away from the focus, we get the real image of the object. Okay? So we have completed the discussion over the topic image formation by a concave mirror. Next, in our next video, we'll discuss about the image formation by a convex mirror. Thank you for watching.